I'm happy to confirm that I have submitted my letter to the General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress, confirming my decision to contest for the position of the flag bearer for the NDC when the party opens nominations later this year. In coming to this firm decision, I have pondered deeply and soberly on the socioeconomic and political landscape of our country today, vis-à-vis the clear path we had started to build aimed at positioning Ghana as a true middle-income country by modernizing our dilapidated social and economic infrastructure and gradually inculcating in the Ghanaian a sense of patriotism, self-belief, and commitment to a One Ghana agenda. I've taken into consideration the groundswell of support, the never-ending calls and encouragement from a large section of our party elders, members of our party, supporters, and Ghanaians from diverse backgrounds. I have prayed diligently about the task ahead, and I believe I owe a duty to God and my country to take our great party back into government, to right the wrongs of the past, and to put an end to the cries of the people under the current dispensation.
Well, we are back, and tell me, my brother.
Yes, sir.
This is a Herculean task.
Yeah.
This is a really, really Herculean task. I mean, is this something that you've thought about it, or is it the fact that, well, JM says he's going to go, so we have no choice, out of loyalty, let's do it?
No. What you've heard James say is a call to duty based on deep reflection and a renewed sense of commitment to the transformational agenda that he started. It's a deeper, a renewed appreciation of a sense of belongingness to the NDC party.
One would say, why? You've had parts of President Mills's tenure. You've had 4 years. You've built massive infrastructure, which are still being commissioned till today. Why doesn't JM lift your hand or lift somebody else's hand and say, "Look, you know something? I back this person. Look, you go, because if you go, you have a better chance of having 8 straight years to do, proper development. Because if I come 4 years, I have to step down and then start a fresh campaign." It looks like those observing from the back are even tired for him.
No. When GM comes, it's just going to be continuity of an agenda he started, mind you.
But he's only got a term left.
Yes, but mind you, he has said that it was important to modernize the infrastructure of this country and then move on to work on the social and economic well-being of the Ghanaian. Now, unless you've not sat with GM and listened to him, if you do, you appreciate his passion and zeal for the work that he has elected himself to do. You see, many will say it's a difficult choice. Those faint-hearted will say, "Why? I've done my bit, let me go rest." But then you are a chief, and you know that when people repose such enormous confidence in you and demand leadership of you, they obviously would have seen some qualities in you, and that's why they demanded that leadership from you. John Mahama is only responding to the groundswell of invitations from a cross-section of the Ghanaian people, not limited to the NDC, to put up his candidature because they believe in him.
But could he not have put that belief and said, listen, yes, I know you believe in me, I've had one term. Judging by how, as you put it, the NDC refused to come out and vote and therefore affected him, judging by what happened, listen, let's go with A or let's go with B. I am behind him, I will support him, and this social structure that I want to do, he's got 8 years to put it in place. I mean, I find it just in case, just in case he doesn't win 2020, just in case, because it's politics.
Yes.
Is he going to come back 2024 to try again?
I know, I'm not even prepared to contemplate that. But I'm telling you, you're a chief again. Nana, you tell your subjects that the man is not the person that when he's hit and falls, he remains lying on the ground wailing. He gets up to do what? To fight back. John Mahama has a calling to fight back, restore the glory, dignity of the NDC party in Ghana, lead the party to victory, and then hand over after his term of office. It's very important. For me, as his sympathizer and supporter, I share totally in that mission.
Are you not being, I don't want to use wicked, but are you not being unfair, are you not being unfair as in sitting your brother down and say, listen, brother, you played your part. You played your part. This is a very dirty game, quote unquote, as we put it. With all this support that you have, nominate somebody who's got the opportunity to do 2 terms and back them. Because from president to flag bearer, to just in case if you don't make it, then you become like a former president, former flag bearer. I mean, what are you going to do with all these former credentials?
No.
Sometimes you have to look at...
Shakespeare wrote in Julius Caesar that there is a tide in the affairs of men, which taken at flood leads on to fortune. Omitted, all the voyage of their life is bound in shallows and in miseries. The call on John Dramani Mahama should be understood in these terms. The tide has come. Ghanaians see and appreciate what he had done. Ghanaians feel lucky to have 1 term left in John Dramani Mahama. Ghanaians are calling on him to come back and complete his term of office. Because when he does so, they will see some appreciation in their conditions of life.
Can he help contribute to Ghana only from the Flagstaff House or Jubilee House?
Unless you are not a person with vision. The vision of a president, the vision of a leader is so important to driving the change that we want. Now, a leader can lead in front or behind, but he must be a leader. Okay?
And so is that only way he can lead is from the Flagstaff House? Is there no way he can lead in terms of advice, support, mobility? Can he lead in any other form?
He can lead in any other form. But the greatest disservice he will be doing to himself and to this country is to have an opportunity to demonstrate leadership and fail the people of this country.
Is it out of guilt?
It's not guilt.
Because, I mean,
it's just unfinished business. It's just the disappointment and disillusionment that we are seeing all around us. That is imposing on him an invidious responsibility to help restore hope in the people.
That disillusion is from thy kingdom come, from even Kwame Nkrumah, who said, you know, I didn't know you wanted milk and sardine. I would have piped milk to your houses, to Kufuor picking up a gallon to say, are you happy with it? Every leader comes and says, oh, I'll make life better, and then leaves by saying, look, you know, I couldn't achieve it. So that's basically no news. But I mean, within 4 years, are you going to regain the million votes to even get a draw and then get +1 to win in 4 years?
The million votes is a mirage. It's simply a mirage. Take the votes of MPP in 2012 and do a qualitative analysis of the votes they garnered in 2016. The addition to their 2012 votes is less than 100,000 votes.
So NDC,
that only tells you
that NDC didn't come out to vote. Now, if assuming 1 million NDC people do not come out to vote, it means you must have really upset them. Something really upset them. Misunderstanding, miscommunication, whatever it is. 1 million means that it was literally contagious. Within this, 4 years, are these million people going to sit back and say, we got it all wrong, let's all get out now and go and vote? Some of them, their kids are going to school for free.
I have gone onto the field, Nana, and some actually thought that the election was going to push to a second round just to teach John Mahama a lesson that when he wins, he should not forget the grassroots, and that they are those who are making him the president. Unfortunately, it did not turn out that way, because they had never expected that there would be a one-touch victory for the MPP. So you go around and you hear people lament, and some openly confessing that they didn't think that their vote mattered, and that they thought that with the number of people following and turning out for the rallies, we're going to simply win. People can't wait for December 7th, 2020. In fact, that is what I see on the ground.
Are you not giving your brother false hope?
No, I am not. My brother has the mechanism and systems to ascertain how people feel and what is the preponderance in terms of how they will vote in 2020.
Bear in mind that when John Mahama was running for election 2016, it was presumed he had done 8 years, because they had added Mills's term and everything to his. And so the people didn't actually see him as doing a term, because he was sort of in the system as a vice president, and then transgressed into president, and then campaigned, and then so they saw him as an administration that had lasted 8 years. And normally after 8 years, wherever you are, your popularity sort of dwindles. And so here is the MPP and another who've just done 4 years. And to have so much hope that, in 4 years you just be, out and kicked out, I think you're being unfair to your brother,
No. In fact, we even hold a view that in 2004, Kufuor would have had a one term. In fact, some even say that we won the elections but lacked the vigilance to police the polls. And that's why the elections was called for President Kufuor. We believe that the vehicle that we have, the NDC, is so a potent party that if you find a viable, formidable candidate like John Mahama and oil the wheels of the party, you are going to give Nana Akufo-Addo a run for his money.
Okay, let me, since I'm being candid, let me tell you some of the things that are told in newsrooms. So these are not things that are said on air. This is newsrooms. So I'm being candid. Now, there are names like Omane Boama, there are names like Kwachi Fosu, there are names like the guy who broke the recorder.
Stan.
There are names like Stan. Now, in the newsrooms, from the feedback we get from people, that these people's attitudes and conducts are, literally repel votes. And so they are expecting that if John Mahama was coming, they wanted to see more Inisa Fuseinis around him, your caliber around him. Command a lot of respect, more moderate, more diplomatic, not insulting. And so people are saying, look, if he's going to come back with the same babies with sharp teeth, then he hasn't listened to the electorate. That's the new, this is really, I'm giving you backroom feedback right on TV.
I am telling you that, and I'm giving you feedback on what has gone on in the inner rooms of John Dramani Mahama. He has taken all the sentiments, and you know, of the news and the journalists and the generality of Ghanaians. He's listened. He's considered deeply what they are saying. He's got an organizational remedy for the issues that are being mentioned. Yes, even coming here, I can tell you as a matter of fact, that this evening, Felix Kwachi was going to be on the program. He's a good guy. The first time I listened to Felix Kwachi was on Joy FM. He was then a student for University of Science and Technology and a teen member. I looked for his number and called him and congratulated him and called one leading member of the party and told him that this was the person I had listened to, and I think that we need to nurture him. The same like Ablakwa. Look, give credit where credit is due. We are all human beings. We all have our faults.
When your faults...
when people begin talking about your faults, you need to take a deeper look at yourself. And individually, those you have mentioned have taken a deeper look at what they are doing or what they have done that people are talking about. And I'm telling you that given another opportunity, they will not behave that way. That will attract the attention and condemnation of people. Because they're human beings. Now, all of us, including His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, have reflected. You've said probably people like Inusa Fuseini. I can tell you, Nana, I've also had deep reflections. And given an opportunity, I will improve on what I've done better and jettison what I consider not good. So it is about human conduct. It's about human life. Sometimes people just think that those they have mentioned are impervious to change. Cannot be true. They are growing.
Well, maybe because he never demonstrated it.
No, it cannot be true. They are growing. Time itself is the enemy. Because time will mature them. And time is maturing them. Just like Nana, time matures everybody. So I believe that, yes, in the capacity to deliver.
Is it that there are no more personalities? You run out of personalities?
No.
And therefore, look, you guys go and repent and come back because you are the same faces that, somehow,
No, Nana. And Nana, you advised me when Nana Akufo-Addo appointed his first ministers. I made a comment, and you advised that I move away from that comment. Why? Because you saw me as in the future NDC government, and that comment could well be used against me. You remember?
I remember.
Yes. Why? You're Nana. You don't do politics. Maybe many other people see me that way. Does it mean that NDC has no other persons to replace me? They are. I've just decided that I won't contest Tamale Central Seat. That by 2020, I will be 14 and a half years in Parliament. That I give opportunity to fresh minds.
Are you saying that's official or
unofficial? Official. I announced it publicly.
No, but that's a shame.
No, yeah, but that's okay. So I'm saying that no person is indispensable.
No, but we need the experience in Parliament.
I'm just saying that no person is indispensable.
Okay.
So, yes, people have mentioned this, and I can tell you as a matter of fact, His Excellency the President has listened so well. Indeed, when we were even in government, I will share this with you. After the Independence Square brochure,
yeah,
I was privileged to meet the president, and we were talking. And I said, Excellency, I hear this thing that is happening. Don't you think that you need to see how to reorganize? Say, say yes, exactly. And he told me what he was trying to do. And he did it. But people simply did not even appreciate what he had done. Stan Dugbe, before the Independence Day celebration thing, was always with the president. After that, Stan Dugbe was never with the president. Go back and check the clips. He said he had done it, but people probably expected more. But he had done something about it. Okay, he had done something about it. So, for me, I think that we need the renewed John Mahama that we have.
How difficult is the task ahead?
Every election is a difficult election. It is only when the vote is counted and the declaration made that you can celebrate. Every election is difficult. You asked Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. In 2008, he thought he had won the elections. In fact, he was moving everywhere with motorcade and sirens. He didn't win. In 2012, he said Atamis will be a one-term president, Professor Doolittle and whatnot. He even was so vociferous that some members of the NDC really felt that John Evans Atamis was going to be a one-term president. In fact, that necessitated a contest of a certain president in the history of this country. It happened. But he didn't win. In 2012, he didn't win. And so elections are about voting.
MPs for Mahama, now 99?
I hear, yes, now 99. And like I said, when we were 94 and people were doubting the numbers, I said we were yet to grow. And probably by the end of the term, we'll have all the 106. And also Mahama. You see, he represents the best option. He has experience. He's sincere. He has a mission and a focus. He's appreciated his weaknesses and is prepared to work on them.
Should 2020 not go your way, are you keeping him for 2024?
2020 will go the way of John Dramani Mahama. I'm so convinced
But
that
since it's
2020
elections-
will go the way of John Dramani Mahama.
but since it's
I've
election,
seen surveys and I've seen other things which indicate that, well, unless something dramatic.
let's say something dramatic happens. Assuming something dramatic happens, are you keeping him for 2024, or you say, okay, now this time?
The way the MPP is going, they are so predictable that nothing dramatic will happen.
Well, I don't envy you, my brother, because this is a Herculean.
Yes.
task.
But challenges are like that. You have to set yourself a challenge and overcome that challenge. That's when you are called a victor.
All too soon, that's what time will allow us. But this Saturday is Julius's mom's
Yes, so we are meeting at the trade fair,
trade fair, yeah?
and then to say our final goodbyes to her.
So it's Saturday the 25th, yeah,
25th,
of August.
yes.
Julius Deborah, former chief of staff,
Yes.
very likable
Person.
individual.
Yes.
Very, very likable individual.
Yes.
His mom passed, so Saturday the 25th of August, all converge at the trade fair to say our final farewell and support him. But thank you very much for coming.
You're welcome, Nana.
And to you at home, thank you for watching. Tomorrow we'll be back to do this all over again, and I'm talking to Uncle Ebo White, 10 years in the industry. It was an interesting discussion that you want to tune in tomorrow, Friday, and watch. But we'll be back to do this all over again. Alaji, thank you so much.
Thank you. God bless.